You know that feeling? You get paid, you feel good, and you pay your bills, and then a week later you look at your bank account and you're like, where did it all go? It feels like your paycheck just kind of evaporates into thin air. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible reason your money never seems to stick around.
So you open your banking app and you scroll through. You see the big stuff, right? Rent, car payment, that expensive dinner from Friday night. But here's the thing. The real problem isn't the stuff you notice. It's the stuff you don't. There's a silent, slow leak in your finances, and trust me, it's costing you way more than you think.
Let's just put a number on it. On average, an extra $2,500 is quietly slipping out of your account this year. We're going to call this ghost money, these invisible automatic charges you don't even see. And once you learn how to spot it, you'll start seeing it everywhere.
So, how does this even happen? How do thousands of dollars just vanish? Well, it's not some big, obvious mistake you're making. It's actually a really clever psychological trick. It's death by 1,000 tiny cuts. Companies figured out how to slice a huge expense into tiny little pieces that fly right under your financial radar.
Think about it like this. If you see a charge for $150, your brain hits the pause button. You ask yourself, do I really need this? But a $12 monthly charge for some streaming service or a premium app, your brain doesn't even see that as a real financial decision. It just feels like buying a sandwich. The problem is, you're buying that same sandwich every single month, whether you're hungry or not.
And this is where it gets a little nuts. Researchers went out and asked people, hey, take a guess. How much do you think you spend on monthly subscriptions? The average answer was about $86. Seems reasonable, right? But then they actually looked at their bank statements. The reality? $219 every single month.
I mean, just look at that. That isn't a small mistake. It's a massive blind spot. People are spending almost 3 times what they think they are, and it's all happening on autopilot in the background.
So what does that gap add up to over a year? Almost $1,600. That's a vacation. That's a huge dent in your credit card debt. That's a real emergency fund. But instead, it's just vanishing. It's getting nibbled away by all those tiny, invisible cuts.
Now, it's easy to hear all this and think, wow, I must just be really forgetful, or I'm bad with money. But I need you to hear this. It is not you. You're not forgetful. You are being targeted. This whole thing isn't an accident. It is a carefully designed system, and it's built to profit from you not paying attention. It actually has a name. It's called friction design. Think about it. Signing up for a new service is this beautiful one-click process. It takes, 10 seconds? But canceling? Oh, canceling is a nightmare. Suddenly you're in this maze of hidden menus, you have to answer a 5-page survey, and maybe even call a number that's only open on Tuesdays between 2 and 4 p.m. They've designed a product you literally forget you're even buying. And does this system work? Oh, you bet it does. The results are kind of staggering. Right now, over half, 55% of people are paying for at least one subscription that they do not use at all. They are just bundling money to companies for absolutely nothing in return.
And here's the perfect, if slightly painful, example: the gym membership. The entire fitness industry knows that most people who sign up with big dreams in January will stop going by February. Two-thirds of all gym memberships in the country go completely unused. The business model isn't hoping you show up. It's betting $1.3 billion a year that you won't.
You know what makes all of this even more effective? Autopay. We're all taught that setting up autopay is the responsible thing to do, and it is. It saves you from late fees, it protects your credit, but it's also a trap. Because when your internet provider quietly raises your bill by $5 or your insurance renews for $15 more, autopay makes sure you never feel it. The money just disappears, no questions asked.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty bad, but here's the good news. Fighting back is actually incredibly simple. You don't need some crazy, complicated budget or a color-coded spreadsheet. All you need is 15 minutes 4 times a year. That's it. This is your simple fix. All right, here's the game plan. First, pull out your phone right now and set a recurring calendar reminder for every 3 months. Call it Ghost Money Audit or whatever you want. When that reminder goes off, you're going to pull up your last 90 days of bank and credit card statements. Go through every single recurring charge and ask one very ruthless question. Did I actually use this in the last month? If the answer is no, you cancel. Not pause. Cancel. Immediately. Now, obviously, there's some stuff you can't cancel. You need your phone, you need your internet. For these bills, you have a different weapon in your arsenal. You don't cancel, you negotiate.
I know what you're thinking. Ugh, making that call is so awkward. Or, it'll never work. Well, check this out. According to Consumer Reports, a mind-blowing 92% of people who actually call their cable or internet provider succeed in lowering their bill. 92%. These companies literally have budgets set aside just for the handful of people who bother to ask for a discount.
And look, I'll even give you the exact script. Just say this. It's polite, it's firm, and it works. Seriously, all that's standing between you and hundreds of dollars in savings is about 20 minutes of terrible hold music. It's worth it.
Okay, now for the last and, honestly, the most important part. Once you've done the audit and made a few calls, you've suddenly found a bunch of extra cash in your budget. Now it's time to put that ghost money to work for you this time.
But here's a huge warning, and please do not skip this step. If you just leave that newfound money sitting in your checking account, it will disappear. I promise you. It'll get absorbed by an extra takeout order, a few more lattes. Lifestyle inflation will eat it alive, and you'll be right back where you started.
So you have to give that money a job. First, add it all up. Figure out the exact amount you're now saving every month. Then, right away, go into your bank app and set up an automatic recurring transfer for that exact amount. Send it somewhere you won't touch it, like a high-yield savings account or a simple investment fund. Pay yourself first, automatically. And if you're wondering if all this is really worth the effort, well, this is why. This is the mic drop moment. That ghost money, let's say it's just $200 a month. If you invest it with a totally reasonable return, it becomes over $270,000 in 30 years. Think about that. You didn't get a raise, you didn't work a second job, you just stopped the leak. So what this all means is you've just fundamentally changed your role in this game. You are no longer just a passive target for this invisible extraction economy. You've taken control back. You've actively bought back a piece of your own future. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?